All right, guys. So in this video, we're going to talk about making a highlight video for a college transfer. He happens to be a striker and a cam. He basically came to us a couple days ago and said, "Hey, I need a highlight reel. I need a quick turnaround time. Talking to some other programs, and I'm working with an agency, but I still need a high quality video to show them exactly what I can do." Right? That's the whole point. The only way they can see the quality of what you can do is actually like to give them value is for them to be able to see it. So we're gonna dive in and talk about building this reel and kind of where we're at with it right now, and kind of the pros and cons. So a lot of the when an athlete will send us video for a transfer, we've kind of got two options, right? We can search through their film from their last season, all the way through all their game film, and through our team and our software, we can kind of quickly cut up all of their highlights and all their touches from their games, and then from there we've got to look and figure out what is the best from all that, right? Because we're trying to hook the coach, hook the recruiter, whoever's watching it. The first two highlights, then the next two highlights, then the next two highlights, right? So it really becomes down to like what are we putting in there and what are they going to see first. So a lot of times, and it actually happens in this case as well, we get highlights that are clipped too short, right? So if we're not going through the full film and people are sending us in highlights to look at, a lot of times they're cut a little short and we don't have enough on the beginning or the end of the play. Okay, that's a common mistake people make. The other one is a lot of repetitive plays. So you've got a lot of like back post where you kind of just like positioning in the box in the back post and you get like a little dink goal, or you have a lot of really good corner kicks, right? Or you're heading the ball a lot. All these things are great and you want to showcase that, but you need to showcase as much of the things as possible that you can do. Okay. The other thing that happens is people will have all this stuff out of whack and in a really, really bad order, which is why they're coming to us. So that's good. We'll get it in the correct order that needs to be. The other thing is people will focus on, this is the most important one, people focus on a good result of the play, right? They're just looking at the play and it's like, oh, I made this pass and it was a really great result. And they just focus on that, but they don't focus on the plays where, like, which plays are showing the most attributes, the most skills. What's showing speed? What's showing a good first touch? What's showing, but you can do those things really well and it not convert to a goal, right? So people always like take a simple pass for a goal better than another play where maybe they're showing 4 or 5 different attributes. So we're going to dive into it. We're just going to look at this athlete here. We're going to talk about what we've got. So we're going to start it off. Before we go through it, just to give you an outline, we're going to go through. You can see we started off here with goals. Now, typically, we've got 5 goals here. And so he's got more goals, but we're trying to cap it at that because it's like, okay, we can showcase he can score, and you can see here in a lot of different ways. And then we're going to jump into more things that he can do on the field, right? On the attack, since he's a forward and a striker and a cam. And then from there, we're going to jump into, once we've shown a lot of different things he can do on the field, we're going to jump in and showing him dropping back, getting big, and he's able to put pressure on and win the ball here and press the goalkeeper here. He's got a really, so he's going to be definitely a team looking for like a high press situation is going to really, really enjoy having him, recruiting him on their team. After that, we jump back into some goals, and then a couple other plays of him on the field. But those are kind of like they didn't quite meet the grouping that we had up here because it's not about the grouping you put this all in. It's about the quality of the play, like how much good is in the play. So we are going to look at this now. We'll just dive in. Here's his intro. So first one up, he's just like running away from goal, turns and hits the ball, drives it upper 90. You have to start with that one. Another one takes a touch outside the box, drives it into the upper 90 again. There he is on the run behind the back line, makes a volley one time, looking away from the keeper. Here's another one off the post. So you can see all these goals are just different scenarios, and you'll see how these differ from the goals at the end of the reel when we get there. And then he's got a little chip. So all different styles of goals here. Here's the last one. Again, a run through with the keeper. You can see some of these have like little flashes of other clips in between. So there's our first key pass. Could have been an assist, but his teammate didn't finish it, but still huge from him. In this play, he gets the shot off, doesn't score, but you can see how he breaks space away from the defender. He creates space, right? And that's a huge thing recruiters are looking for as forwards. Can we create space between us and the defender? Again, here's great movement from him through the midfield, and then he puts a cross across the box. This one we like is it's just quick reaction, quick movement, keeping the ball going. So that's him in the middle there. He just receives it again and then tries to flick it over, draws the foul. Okay, here's a really clean, just through ball from that cam position. I'm actually going to move that one up. That little one-touch flick he just had to his winger. Really, really like that play. This one's just tight, getting through, beating the midfielders on the ball. It's really clean, actually. That one's a tackle. So now we're getting into the defense. Here's another one. Boom. Makes a big slide here to win the ball. So you can see how those aren't as dangerous for him as a forward. Here's a really clean touch off the throw out of the air. So now we're transitioning from some of that attack. Puts the press on the keeper. This is that high press I was talking about. He has another one here. Very good. Now there's another goal. So now we're back into these goals towards the end. Clean goal. See, these aren't as strong as his others, right, from his long-range goals, showing his shooting capability, but this one's more like positioning goals. And then the last one is just this 1v1, him getting the ball, cutting back in, and so just beating that player on the outside. So this is the highlight reel, guys. This is the highlight reel that is really, really strong for him as a striker, as a cam going into. You can see how everything we do is super, super quick. We're showing exactly what we need to show. I wish we had a couple seconds maybe on the beginning of a couple of those to just buy some time so the recruiter can see what's going on. But we slow it down. We spotlight him. They can see exactly what's happening. We use our tools on our platform, Sports Reelz, to spotlight him. But you can see here exactly what it looks like too. He's got a great, even if he didn't have those goals at the end of the reel, we would look for other plays of him on the field or some more defensive work or some big touches out of the air. But because he had so many, we still want to keep it short in the beginning, 4 or 5 tops, and then we want to get into the rest of the plays that he has on the field. So this is the goal. This is what you guys should be working towards. If you need any help, please reach out to us at Sports Reelz. If you want to go in and try building it yourself using these same tools, you can also go to Sports Reelz. 2 options. You can build it yourself or hire our team. Best of luck in the recruiting, guys. No matter what stage you're at, keep your video and highlights updated and keep them strong and get it out there so that people can see you and know who you are and you can give them value. All right, guys, till the next one.